Hello everyone, and welcome to my General Hospital Today channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Drew's growing threat, Dante's pressure, Kai blows up at Trina. General Hospital spoilers for Friday, January 31st, reveal that Laura Collins will pick up on the fact that Lulu Spencer is still in love with Dante Falconeri. Lulu doesn't think she can say anything to Dante while he's still grieving, so we'll see what advice Laura has to offer. Meanwhile, Dante will push Anna Devane for answers and wonder if he's being locked out of Sam McCall's murder investigation. Since Dante will be desperate for answers, he'll pressure Anna for updates. Will Anna admit any news about the suspicions surrounding Cyrus Renaud? Over with Kai Taylor, he'll blow up at Trina Robinson. Kai will know that Trina thinks she's helping, but he'll insist that's not what she's doing. Of course, Kai will remain upset over his career-ending injury, so he'll take his anger out on Trina and may end up apologizing later. As for Curtis Ashford, he'll feel like he's a few steps ahead of the game when it comes to his feud with Drew Quartermaine. However, it seems like Curtis might be a little overconfident, so could a downfall be brewing? Drew has proven he's willing to play dirty and constantly finds ways to sink even lower. Curtis may think he's got the upper hand now that he's scheming with Nina Reeves, but Drew may have a few tricks up his sleeve. Next, Ava Jerome will talk to Rick Lansing and suggest it's as if the kiss they shared never happened. Nevertheless, there may be no putting the genie back in the bottle now that Rick and Ava have crossed that passionate line. Regardless, Rick and Ava will deliver a plea to someone on Friday's episode, so they'll keep the focus on the custody drama for now. In the meantime, Christina Corinthos Davis will declare that Ava isn't going to win this case. We'll see Christina voice more support for Sonny Corinthos and refuse to believe Ava will walk away with custody of Avery Corinthos. Other GH spoilers say Brooke Lynn Quartermaine will go looking for Cody Bell. Will Cody spill to Brooke Lynn about his belief that Jason Morgan is the father of Sasha Gilmore Corbin's unborn child? Brooke Lynn has secrets of her own, so she may wind up admitting to Cody that she gave Dante's baby up for adoption. Perhaps Brooke Lynn will confide in Cody and ask for his honest opinion on how Dante will react. Finally, Brad Cooper will make some over-the-top demands that could lead to trouble. Whether this is about the upcoming medical symposium in Miami or something else, Brad may go too far. General Hospital spoilers say Brad has some romantic setbacks ahead, so stick with us for more predictions on his Lucas Jones reunion snags. Jason takes matters into his own hands with Sasha, while Cody misinterprets what he saw and starts telling people. And today's General Hospital, Chase is hitting the punching bag hard at the gym, thinking back to all the baby problems they've been having. Dante shows up and asks his partner if he heard the news. There's been murders at GH and Sam was one of the victims. He fills Chase in on the Digitalis murders, who makes the connection to Dex and Michael. Dante laments to Chase that Sam did nothing but good, and she didn't deserve this. Chase asks how Rocco's doing, but he doesn't know yet. Lulu knows too, and he told her to stop taking risks and messing up her second chance. Sam gave her this gift and now she's gone because of it. I just feel like every time I look at Lulu, I'm gonna think of Sam. GH's Chase looks upset in the gym. Out at the docks, Sasha's so excited to feel the baby kick, and has Jason feel it as Cody watches, upset. He runs off before he can hear her tell Jason she and Michael agreed the baby was hers to raise solo, and she doesn't need his help. He insists he needs to talk to Michael himself. Are you calling me a liar? And tells her she owes Michael. Jason's not saying she's lying, but even if Michael agreed, maybe he asked to see her because he changed his mind. He needs to talk to Michael. Then go talk to him. Sasha yells, then tells him to let Michael know she's thinking of him. Inside, Brooke Lynn tearfully tells her mom she wishes the problem was her. Chase was devastated. He'll never get to hold his own baby, and he's mourning the life he imagined. She knows what he's feeling because she felt them when she gave her baby up. She wants to tell him so he doesn't feel alone. GH's Brooke Lynn crying in her room. She's always wanted children, she just wasn't ready. Now she'll never get the chance. She has to be open and honest with her husband, like he is with her. But that means she has to tell the whole truth, that she's got a child, and Dante is the father. And he doesn't even know that it happened. Telling Chase will mean telling Dante, which makes her sick to think of. Lois says Dante knows they were both kids who weren't ready to be a parent. But how can Brooklyn tell him that she's been keeping this secret for decades? Alexis gets to the office and Diane immediately notices she's upset. Sam was murdered. Somebody killed my daughter. Diane rushes over to hug her. Alexis wants her daughter back and the grief is so much worse now, knowing this. I'm gutted, and I don't know what to do with these feelings that I have. She picks up a stack of papers and throws them on the floor. As Alexis tosses papers on the floor from Diane's desk as Diane watches sadly. Diane wants to say what she needs to hear, but she doesn't know what to say besides she's there for her, no matter what she needs. She offers to have Alexis stay over and have a night watching TV, but Molly and Christina are on their way over. Diane gets a text with Jason to meet over a business matter, and Alexis asks her not to say anything if he doesn't know about Sam. Christina arrives wondering what happened, and is told to wait for Molly. When Molly finally arrives, Alexis sits them down to let them know that Sam was murdered. Both the girls take in the shock. They want to know why, though Christina gets emotional, while Molly treats it like one of her cases. Who would want Sam dead? Molly asks. This is worse than losing Sam. At the Metro Court, Maxie's in disbelief that Sam was murdered. This makes her death even worse. Spinelli's going to be devastated. She asks how Lulu's doing with it. And it's not great. She owes everything to Sam, from her life to caring for Rocco. Maxie tells her that feeling guilty over something she can't control does no good. As Lulu tilts her head to the side at the Metro Court. I love the man Sam was going to marry. I never stopped. Maxie admits she's surprised that Lulu admitted to loving Dante. But she understands, since for Lulu, the night she was going to tell Dante she loved him was like yesterday. Lulu thanks her for understanding, then spots Jason walking in to meet with Diane. Do you think I should tell him about Sam? Maxie doesn't think so. Cody, meanwhile, is throwing a fit in the tack house when Molly walks in and he snaps at her, wondering why she's there. She says he left his paperwork and hands it to him. He snatches it from her and when she demands to know what his problem is, he flips out at the criminals in the town who get away with everything, while his feet are constantly held to the fire. They go back and forth a bit until Molly says she's there as a favor to Mac, and Cody reluctantly thanks her as she leaves. He then sends a message to Maxie saying he needs to talk ASAP, so she invites him out with her and Lulu. Maxie, meanwhile, suggests Lulu tell Dante how she feels, but she has no idea what to say to a man still grieving his wife. Cody shows up, spots Jason with Diane and sighs, perfect. Then he hops over to Maxie and Lulu, who tries stepping away to give them a moment. Cody offers to go instead, so Maxie makes them both stay. He says he's freaking out. Sasha's pregnant. Maxie makes a face. You knew. Over at their table, Jason tells Diane about Sasha carrying Michael's baby, but tells her it's attorney-client privilege. Diane's flabbergasted. Jason lays out how it happened and Diane bemoans how much more complicated the custody case gets. Jason, though, tells her about Sasha and Michael's agreement that she's supposed to keep away from him with the baby, but he needs to hear it from Michael. And protect him if it's not what he wants. Diane suddenly realizes that this means Robert will have another grandchild. She wants to hear how Jason wants to handle it. She suggests talking to Carly, but Jason says if Sasha's telling the truth, Carly is the last person who needs to know. He's gonna go talk to Michael. Can Diane keep an eye on Sasha and get her whatever she needs? Discreetly. As Carly is sitting bundled up in the cold on the hotel rooftop, looking inquiringly off to the side. Picking up from yesterday, Jack and Carly are kissing passionately in the hotel room when she pulls back and says she needs a minute. He apologizes for misinterpreting, but she says he didn't. She just doesn't want to get caught up in the moment. He says he didn't come to sleep with her, and takes her up to the roof that's set up with chairs, champagne, and a fire pit. Carly's thrilled. He toasts to her changing her mind and showing up. After some hesitation, Carly asks why Valentine, the man Brennan has been helping, would want to kill him. She thought they were friends. Jack says he was a friend and a good one, but after tonight, he's not protecting him anymore. Valentine assumed trying to take him out was on Jack's orders, because Val knows he that ruthless. He wasn't at that point before, but he is now. Carly wants to know why he's protecting Valentine, and when Jack says it's a complicated story, she tells him to order more champagne. He tells her about how he wanted to rise through the ranks in the WSB and an alliance with Valentine was the smart thing to do. They complemented each other, his charm and Val's drive. Jack saw Valentine as an outsider, and they both needed each other. They became true friends. Until that friend tried to kill me. In the show's final moments, Diane promises to keep an eye on Sasha, but to let her know when Jason gets clarity from Michael. If he wants to be a part of the child's life, she'll fight for it, but he had plenty of time to tell her about this, and since he didn't, it sounds like Sasha's right. Jason isn't sure. At the other table, Maxie admits to Cody she knew, but it wasn't on her to tell. He won't admit how he found out, but he's worried about the deadbeat dad. Maxie says Sasha didn't want the father known, and Cody gripes that it was all to protect this guy as Jason walks to the elevator. He surprises both ladies when he claims Jason is the father. Out at the docks, Sasha promises her baby she'll always be there, and they can do it on their own. Brooke Lynn wants to know why her mom isn't saying anything. This is too big, Lois says, and she doesn't want to influence her decision. But she's there for her daughter. It's not an easy choice, but it's Brooke Lynn's and only hers. That's when she decides she needs to tell Chase. Dante thanks Chase for listening, then asks what's going on. He can tell something's wrong. Chase just says he'll talk about it when he's ready. Alexis lays out that they're going to keep this from Scout because she's too young, and hold off on telling Danny until they know more. She'll talk to Anna to try to keep it out of the press. They need to stay strong and united. For the kids. Davis women unite. Carly says she admires Brennan's loyalty in protecting Valentine all these years. She likes to think she's loyal too. Jack, though, says she's a good person, unlike him. Carly tells him he's the guy who's done awesome things for her over and over again, while expecting nothing. There is something in it, that he's been fighting for a while. But he's all out of fight. They lean in and kiss again. Molly and Christina's horror, Alexis loses it, no Dante and Lulu reunion. General Hospital spoilers update for Thursday, January 30th reveals that Molly Lansing Davis and Christina Corinthos Davis will find out some awful news. Now that Portia Robinson is spreading the word to Sam McCall's loved ones about her intentional digitalis overdose, Christina and Molly will be horrified. Although they may not always see eye to eye, this shocking revelation will unite them in their desire for justice. Molly and Christina's reactions will be deeply emotional, and despite their differences, they will agree that the person responsible must pay. However, this shared goal may lead to more conflict if Christina believes in letting the authorities handle the situation, while Molly hints at alternate forms of revenge. The two sisters will struggle with their differing approaches, leading to a heated argument over the best course of action. Meanwhile, Alexis Davis will continue to seethe over Sam becoming a fatal target. This tragedy will push Alexis to her breaking point, causing her to have an emotional outburst in her office. Diane Miller will be there to help as best as she can, but Alexis' devastation will be too overwhelming to contain. Diane will encourage Alexis to channel her anger into something productive, but whether Alexis will listen remains to be seen. As for Dante Falconeri, he'll try to blow off some steam in the boxing gym now that he knows Sam was intentionally wiped off the map. Dante will crave payback and update Harrison Chase once they bump into each other. Although Dante knows Lulu Spencer isn't at fault for what happened to Sam, he'll forever associate her with Sam's tragic hospital stay in his mind. Dante now has a difficult mental connection that he can't shake, making it harder for him to consider rekindling his romance with Lulu. He'll vent his frustrations to Chase, revealing that he might not be able to move past the circumstances surrounding Sam's death. If Sam hadn't been at GH donating part of her liver for Lulu, she wouldn't have been targeted and would likely still be alive. This painful thought will haunt Dante, forcing him to reconsider his future with Lulu. However, Dante could never be upset about Lulu being alive and awake, so he may tell Chase that he is torn between his feelings of relief and guilt. This internal struggle will leave Dante feeling lost, but at least he'll have Chase to confide in. Chase himself will have plenty on his mind since he recently learned he's sterile and can't father a child for Brooklyn Quartermaine. However, Brooklyn already has a child, a secret that has been buried for years. After Lois Cerullo reminds Brooklyn that she holds all the power in this situation, Brooklyn will resolve to come clean to Chase about the baby she gave up for adoption. Unfortunately, Brooklyn has no idea that the child she gave away is living under the same roof. Giovanni Gio Palmieri is actually her long-lost son, and Lois will grow increasingly worried about the secret coming out. This revelation could change everything for Brooklyn, Chase, and Gio, setting the stage for an emotional family reckoning. Elsewhere, Maxie Jones will prove to be a great friend when she listens to Lulu's concerns and tries to lift her spirits. Lulu will be overwhelmed with guilt over Sam's fate and the pain that Dante is going through, but Maxie won't let her spiral into self-blame. Maxie will remind Lulu that dwelling on what-ifs won't change anything and that she deserves happiness despite the tragedy surrounding Sam's death. Other General Hospital spoilers indicate that Jason Morgan will make a promise to Sasha Gilmore Corbin. Jason will be willing to step aside if Michael Corinthos insists, but he'll want to be there for Sasha as she prepares for her baby's birth. Despite Sasha's initial resistance, she may ultimately accept Jason's support, knowing that he has her best interests at heart. However, Cody will complicate Jason's efforts after jumping to the wrong conclusion about the father of Sasha's baby. At some point, Cody may confront Jason and blurt out his mistaken belief where others can hear. This misunderstanding could create chaos and misunderstandings between Sasha, Jason, and Michael. Meanwhile, in Germany, Carly Spencer and Jack Brennan's connection will take an unexpected turn. If all goes well, their heated encounter may lead them from a make-out session to something more intimate. After their passionate moment, Carly will push Brennan to do something important for her, perhaps urging him to stay out of harm's way. Carly is falling for Brennan, and she won't want a repeat of the dangerous scene she witnessed with Valentine Cassadine. But as their romance deepens, it will come with even more twists and turns. General Hospital fans should prepare for a roller coaster ride as Carly and Brennan's love story unfolds. With so many shocking developments, Thursday's episode will be packed with drama, heartbreak, and unexpected twists. Don't miss all the action as these gripping storylines continue to evolve. Laura Collins will discover that Lulu Spencer is still in love with Dante Falconeri, according to General Hospital spoilers for Friday, January 31st. Drew's increasing threat, Dante's pressure, Kai blows up at Trina. We'll see what Laura has to say because Lulu doesn't think she can say anything to Dante while he's still hurting. Dante will question Anna Devane in the interim and question why he is being excluded from the Sam McCall murder probe. Dante will put pressure on Anna to provide updates since he will be yearning for answers. Will Anna share any updates regarding Cyrus Renault's suspected involvement? He'll blow up at Trina Robinson with Kai Taylor. Although Kai is aware that Trina believes she is assisting, he will maintain that she is not. Naturally, Kai will continue to be furious over his injury that ended his career, so he will vent his rage on Trina and might eventually apologize. When it comes to his feud with Drew Quartermaine, Curtis Ashford will feel like he's ahead of the game. But it appears like Curtis may be a bit overconfident. Is his demise imminent? Drew consistently looks for methods to get even worse and has shown that he is willing to play dirty. Now that he's plotting with Nina Reeves, Curtis might believe he has the upper hand, but Drew might be hiding some secrets. Ava Jerome will then speak with Rick Lansing and suggest that their kiss was never actually shared. However, now that Rick and Ava have gone too far in their passion, it could be impossible to turn back the clock. In any case, the attention will remain on the custody issue for the time being since Rick and Ava will make a plea to someone on Friday's episode. Christina Corinthos Davis will announce that Ava will not prevail in this case in the interim. Christina will continue to advocate for Sonny Corinthos and don't think Ava will give up custody of Avery Corinthos. According to other GH spoilers, Brooklyn Quartermaine will search for Cody Bell. Does Cody think Jason Morgan is the father of Sasha Gilmore Corbin's unborn child? Will he tell Brooklyn about this? Given her personal secrets, Brooklyn might end up telling Cody that she placed Dante's child for adoption. Maybe Brooklyn will confide in Cody and ask him to be honest about his thoughts on Dante's reaction. Last but not least, Brad Cooper will make some outrageous demands that can cause problems. Brad might overreact, whether it's to the impending medical symposium in Miami or something else entirely. Stay tuned for more predictions on Brad's Lucas Jones reunion snags, as General Hospital spoilers indicate that he has some romantic difficulties ahead. Molly and Christina's horror, Alexis loses it, no Dante and Lulu reunion, General Hospital spoilers update for Thursday, January 30th. Thursday's episode of General Hospital is packed with shocking revelations, emotional turmoil, and major shakeups in Port Charles. From Molly Lansing Davis and Christina Corinthos Davis reeling over horrifying news to Alexis Davis losing her cool, tensions will run high. Meanwhile, Dante Falconeri struggles with a painful realization about his future with Lulu Spencer, and Brooklyn Quartermain faces a past secret that threatens to blow up her world. Let's dive into the latest drama unfolding in GH. Molly and Christina are horrified by Sam's overdose. Portia Robinson is making sure Sam McCall's loved ones are informed about her intentional digitalis overdose, and when Christina and Molly find out, they're left in utter shock. Although the two sisters haven't been seeing eye to eye lately, they can certainly agree that justice must be served. However, their reactions may differ regarding how to handle the situation. Christina, ever the impulsive one, may hint at seeking revenge in her own way, while Molly, the legal-minded sibling, may argue for letting the police do their jobs. This disagreement could deepen the already growing rift between them. Alexis Davis loses control. Meanwhile, Alexis Davis is seething over the fact that her daughter, Sam, was targeted in such a malicious way. The thought of almost losing Sam pushes Alexis to the edge, leading to an emotional breakdown in her office. Thankfully, Diane Miller will be there to offer support and try to talk her down from the ledge of fury. Diane has always been a rock for Alexis, and she'll do her best to help her channel her anger constructively. However, Alexis may struggle to keep her emotions in check, especially since she's still grappling with her own personal battles. Dante struggles with Lulu's connection to Sam's fate. Dante Falconeri, feeling the weight of Sam's overdose, heads to the boxing gym to let off steam. When he runs into Harrison Chase, he shares his frustrations, revealing that although he doesn't blame Lulu Spencer for what happened to Sam, he now has a mental association that he just can't shake. In Dante's mind, Lulu will always be linked to Sam's tragic hospital stay. If Sam hadn't been at General Hospital donating part of her liver for Lulu, she wouldn't have been targeted and would still be alive. This makes Dante question whether he and Lulu can ever reunite romantically. Though he would never resent Lulu for being alive, the situation creates a painful dynamic that might be too much for him to overcome. Chase listens and provides support, but it's clear that Dante is struggling with complicated emotions that may permanently alter his future with Lulu. Chase's personal struggles continue. While lending an ear to Dante, Chase is also dealing with his own crisis. He recently discovered he's sterile, which means he can't father a child with Brooklyn Quartermain. This has put immense strain on their relationship, as Brooklyn must now decide whether to tell Chase the truth about the child she gave up for adoption years ago. Brooklyn faces a shocking reality. Lois Cerullo advises her daughter, Brooklyn, that it's time to come clean to Chase about the child she secretly gave up. What Brooklyn doesn't realize, however, is that her long-lost son is actually living under the same roof as her. Giovanni Gio Palmieri, the young man currently staying at the Quartermain mansion, is none other than Brooklyn's grown son. Lois will grow increasingly anxious about how this revelation could change everything. Will Brooklyn put the pieces together before it's too late? Maxie Jones supports Lulu. Elsewhere, Maxie Jones proves why she's such a great friend. Seeing Lulu deeply upset over Sam's fate and Dante's emotional distance, Maxie steps in to help. She reminds Lulu that drowning in guilt won't help anyone and that she shouldn't blame herself for something that was out of her control. Maxie's support may help Lulu see things in a new light, but it remains to be seen whether Dante can work past his feelings and rebuild his relationship with Lulu. Jason Morgan makes a promise to Sasha Gilmore Corbin. Jason Morgan steps up for Sasha Gilmore Corbin, vowing to support her through the final stages of her pregnancy. He offers to back off if Michael Corinthos insists, but his main priority is ensuring that Sasha gets the care and protection she needs. Although Sasha is initially hesitant, she may ultimately accept Jason's help. However, Cody Bell complicates things when he mistakenly assumes Jason is the father of Sasha's baby. If Cody blurts out this incorrect assumption in front of the wrong people, it could lead to a major misunderstanding and unnecessary drama. Carly Spencer and Jack Brennan heat things up in Germany. Meanwhile, overseas in Germany, Carly Spencer and Jack Brennan take their relationship to the next level. Their undeniable chemistry leads to a steamy encounter, but Carly quickly shifts gears and urges Brennan to do something important for her. Given her recent experiences, Carly wants to protect Brennan and ensure he stays out of harm's way. Their romance is heating up, but it's also bound to come with twists and turns that could challenge them in unexpected ways.